for businesses operating in Africa. Biden says he's committed to working with Congress and the African partners in order to renew the law beyond 2025. African countries want to push for a 10-year extension, while some in Congress wanted to possibly last 20 years. Tomorrow, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa will address this event. CD Madia, Eyewitness News, Nasrec.
A partly cloudy Friday in store for Gauteng tomorrow. Joburg dropping to an overnight low of 9 degrees, peaking at 25. Both Pretoria and Vereeniging 11 as well as 26. Lerato Hofela, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News on 947. For more, click ewn.co.za.
#MSW. You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High-dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Oh, he goes over mid-off instead. Make that number 77. A world record in World Cups by South Africa.
Here we are, South Africa, yet again defeating New Zealand.
The world champions in that open-top bus, of course, coming through with some other fans at the back in another open-top bus. You're going to be catching a good glimpse of Siyakolisi. You're going to be catching a good glimpse of Ivanetsebeth. Look on your arm as well, standing there.
They sacrificed families, their bodies. They paid with the time from their families to win that. And then thirdly and lastly, you need a foundation of people that believes. Thank you for believing us when we made changes, when we lost test matches, changed 18 players.
This whole group is full of leaders, and I think, honestly, I only play a small part, and there's no ways I could achieve what I achieved without the guys with me. The experienced guys like Dwayne, Eben, Andre, all of these guys have helped me in the leadership part.
This is a moment of great celebration, and it is a joy for me to receive you, champions of the world in rugby. I want that to sink in.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
Yeah, are you ready to share those experiences that you've had waiting for the Springboks to come around wherever you've been around Tshwane? Hey, Pretoria, nice and early today. Also looking at the Union buildings. Were you there in Parktown? Were you there in Soweto? Are you there right now at the FNB Stadium? What are some of the moments, some of the highlights that you can share with us? Do send us your WhatsApp voice note. Do share the experience of what has been, again, another historical day. Maybe one day we'll spend some time. We'll share some time, you and I, and talk about some of the obvious facts. You know, like when the president's about to speak, like he was speaking the other day and also today, and, you know, concluding the issues that he was concluding, we get a notification from the president's office saying that, you know, ENCA will do the coverage, and that coverage will then feed off to the other news networks. And we're all like, okay, great, interesting, but okay. But everybody gets the feed, no problem. So what I've found this week, and just following and tracking everything that's been going on, is that how about we share the feed, eh? Newsroom, would it be nice for you to share the feed? I don't know how these things work. Yesterday, there was a big bumper event in Randburg, and that was just an exclusive, one news agency. Nobody else carried it live. Today, again, they've assembled at the FNB Stadium. You flick through those channels. You tell me where you're going to be finding what's happening at the FNB Stadium. So now, we're not sharing. It's a South African event, but hey, some things are not shared, others are shared. How do things work? I mean, I don't know. We're all in support of the Boks, regardless of where you are watching it. So I just think that we need to have that open, serious conversation. Is there an ownership of the Springbok rugby team? And if there is, who is the owner? I would love to meet him. I think that will be a wonderful thing. It would be nice to meet that person, shake his hand. But on a serious note, hey, South Africans, let's get real, man.
Good evening, Prarop. Kuluma Nosibongeleni Kamkhwane Kamgaya Matafeni. Mr. Marawa, what an atmosphere there at FNB Stadium. I wish I was living in Gauteng, seeing that vibe, seeing our Bodamsila celebrating there with the Springboks. And I'm not too sure if we'll get a chance here in Durban. When they're coming to Manchester United, Prarop, I think Eric Ten Hag has not done well since he joined the team.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Eric Ten Hag. I hear you. It's not been well. Really, it has not been well. But hey, the Boks have been well.
We as a team, we chose to dedicate this World Cup to you because you are the reason we are where we are today. The way that you don't give up, your resilient spirit, how hard you work, and the things that you must go through to be where you are in life. Honestly, the other countries can't understand. So your support really kept us going.
You are a testament of the power of a dream. You come from different parts of our country. You are as diverse as the people of South Africa. And we are proud that we are represented by such a diverse team where every one of us as South Africans can see themselves represented in the team. So it is for this reason that I applaud you.
After seeing the Springboks, I was very, very much happy. I never thought all the South Africans, the Springboks made South African. They brought unity to our country. More especially Shislin Kolbe, Siamutanda Kolisi. All of them. Thank you very much. You make South Africans. We are proud.
Yeah, man, whatever the red tape and gatekeeping, you know what, we'll continue to support the Boks. We'll continue to support their tracking ways. They're going to be heading off to Cape Town straight after the event at the FNB Stadium. Some of the players might not be there for the rest of the tour because they're going to head off to international clubs of which they have currently signed for. But hey, I accept all of your WhatsApp voice notes. Hey, you were there, you were not there, you were watching, you're not watching. Please tell me. A lot of people have been asking me, okay, now how do I learn cricket? How do I know what's going on? Hey, we just finished one World Cup. Now we're starting. No, not starting. I mean, they were running currently even earlier on in the month. In the wake of the Boks, though, clinching the back-to-back World Cup titles, so the nation's cricket team, the Proteas, I mean, they find themselves in the shadow of an extraordinary triumph. I mean, the Boks victory igniting a nationwide expectation, raising the question, will the Proteas ride on the success to clinch the Cricket World Cup? They're currently flying this South African flag at the World Cup. Oh, I don't even know, man. The emotions are high right now. I mean, could it be the fact that that whole choker tag has never left them since that bungling? If you remember back in 1999, the semi-final against Australia, where Alan Donald, Lance Klusener, Zulu, couldn't manage a solitary run in 4 balls. The Proteas ended up losing to Australia. But for now, though, all that matters is the team has been phenomenal. We can't take that away. Individual performances, collectively, decision-making, going for the right toss decisions, whatever it was. Quinton de Kock, 4th century of the tournament, and. We'll talk all about that. And that is why today I brought cricket analyst Gift Xaka to be in the studio. Gift, good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rob. It's good to be here.
Hey, have you been finding yourself teaching people now that we're no longer talking about scrums, lineouts, rucks and mauls? We're not talking about tries anymore, conversions, drop goals, etc. What are they asking you?
Well, from the 7-1 splits to now, are we playing one all-rounder? Are we playing 4 seam bowlers? Are we playing a spinner? Are we playing 7 batters? What's happening? What are the combinations? So it's been a tough transition from rugby to cricket.
But for you, it's seamless though, because you're pretty okay with both of the sporting codes. You're okay with many sporting codes as well. How important is this in the light of what's happening in the background there at the FNB Stadium? Themba Bavuma also stands just on the edge of making history himself. Imagine Siya Kolisi, Themba Bavuma, on codes that you and I probably would have never imagined they would be captaining. But right now, one has done it, one more left. What goes through your mind?
Well, I think for Themba, before we can even talk about him winning the World Cup, I think history has been made.
Yeah.
He becomes the first captain to beat Pakistan. He becomes the first captain after so many years to beat New Zealand in a Cricket World Cup. So that is, for me, that is exceptional. So if they do win the trophy, I hope in the semis we play Australia so that we get that monkey off our back that we've beaten Australia in the semis. And obviously, I want us to meet the hosts in the final. That would be awesome.
I mean, that record was crazy against New Zealand, something like, what, 24 years?
Yes, it's been long. It's been long. We haven't actually came close to beating New Zealand except for that semi-final. You remember when Elliott hit Steyn for that 6, but we haven't got one over the New Zealanders. But it's been awesome so far.
Yeah.
We love it, and the boys seems to be doing very well.
What did you say, Gift, is contributing to this overwhelming positive performances? I mean, we'll talk about individuals in a second, because yesterday, I mean, I sat here, I was in awe of what I was seeing. Whether New Zealand made the wrong or right decision to allow South Africa to go into bat first is another debate. It happened. But overall, when you look at the genesis of the team, when you look at the impetus, the chokers tag, all these words that get thrown at them, and yet they just keep a resilience amongst themselves. What's been the difference?
If you look in the previous years leading to the World Cup, South Africa used to play lots of series prior to the World Cup. And with this one, it's a bit different. We've played Australia, and people are saying, oh, the Proteas are a bit undercooked. And I think it worked well for us. It's working pretty well for us that at least we undercooked, we get to India. It's hot there, so we are now
we get to India and we're cooking.
Yeah. So that's perfect. I think the guys went there, the fatigue was not as much as, in the previous World Cups. And also with our, I know people were branding them the T20, superstars.
Yeah.
If you look at guys like Quinton de Kock, Kagiso Rabada, David Miller, Makram, those guys, India is now their second home. So for us, we are home away from home, actually. And that is playing into our pen, into our hands, which is awesome. I mean, it's India and South Africa. I see India, yes, they are at home. South Africa, they are at their second home. So those are the factors that have contributed. The guys know the conditions very well in India. The guys, they know how to assess. They're used to the heat. I know the English guys were complaining recently that the heat is too much. Well, for the South Africans, I think it's normal because
home, Hey, home, Keshav Maharaj has also been one of our top guys. And
yes,
where he plays. And he's used to being at Hollywood Bets, Kingsmead, and second nature.
Yes, so for us, it's working pretty well, and we love it. We're not going to complain. So I hope all the World Cups can be hosted in India or South Africa.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love the fans though, because you're never gonna get a terrible attendance. They just love cricket across the board. Now you mentioned the word Quinton de Kock, and we can't run away from the 4th century. We can't run away from the fact that this man is able to hit 114 off 116 balls. What's going on with Quinton? Is he signaling like that departure that makes you and I say, aye, man, Quinton, please don't do this. Don't get away from the game. Don't run away. Don't quit. Don't retire.
Well, Quinton becomes the first South African batter to score 500 runs at the World Cup.
Oh.
So that on its own, it's scary.
In just a tournament that's nowhere near finished.
Yeah, so that is scary on its own. And I'm not sure if CSA are working something behind the scenes to say, Queenie, 2 more years, 3 more years, because we would love that.
Yes.
I think he's also playing with no pressure. He knows that at the end of this, I am retiring and I'm just playing with freedom. And it's been long coming. Queenie has showed a promise since the under 19 days. And now it's starting to, the maturity, the execution is all there. Look at how he scored his 100, his latest 100. You can see the maturity in that 100. It was not easy to score there, and you can see the maturity. The Queenie, we know 5-6 years ago, he would have tried to hit it, over the boundary in the first 20 balls and would have been caught and out. But this Queenie seems to be showing the maturity that we are longing for. And if he's listening, we're pleading with him not to retire.
Yeah. Quinton, you're watching on the YouTube channel, please. Take it easy. Gift and I are asking you, the nation is asking you, anybody else participating in that? Yeah, as I said, we are live on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, Sowetan Live. We're live on the YouTube channel. Any contribution, you've been watching the cricket, please contribute. You've been part of the Springbok ticker tape tour trophy parade that's been going on the entire day, still is currently underway. Please be a part of it. Right now, though, we're trying to dissect, look ahead, because we can't ignore what is happening in the Cricket World Cup. We can't ignore the feats, as Gift was talking about, of a Quinton de Kock. I mean, 545 run mark, first South African. I mean, you remember the record of Jacques Kallis, 485 in 2007. Also, the highest for a wicket keeper in an ODI World Cup. Sangakkara had 541 in 2015. Those have been overtaken. Sangakkara, Jacques Kallis. No small names, Gift, in the cricket world.
And those are icons. Those are not just legends. Those are icons. And Queenie has gone past that record and with some games to spare. So sure. We don't know what's going to happen.
Isn't that frightening, though?
It is. It's just scary there, just to look at the whole batting lineup of the South African team. It's just scary. It's out of this world. I don't think this has ever been seen. You know, it takes me back to the Australia of 10, 15 years ago when you had your Matthew Haydens and those guys. This is the bullish approach that the South Africans have adopted, and it looks very scary. It looks very scary. And I think the teams that have played South Africa, they are saying, thank you, we've played them, because they seem to be improving each and every game. So, yeah, good luck to the next teams.
You talk about crazy. I did tweet yesterday. I said it's been a Rassie kind of week, because one moment we're focusing on a crying, Rassie Erasmus at the airport. And then there's Rassie van der Dussen, who yesterday decides, you know what, I'm going to get player of the match accolade. I'm going to hit 133 of 118 balls. 133 of 118 balls. Gift. You know this game far better than I would ever. You followed it, you analyze it, you talk about it. I don't even know what this means for cricket.
Yeah, again, we talk about Rassie, a very matured batter. You look at how he scored his first 50. It came off 60-plus balls. His second 50 came off 40-plus balls. And the next 30-odd runs came off like 18 or so balls. So you can see the way he's playing his game. He's well matured. That's what we're talking about with the South African, lineup. It's the maturity. These guys, if you look at them 4 years ago and now, there's that maturity that has just sunk in with the team. And they seem to be the team that doesn't know what pressure is. Rassie just came out of nowhere. If you remember correctly, prior to this World Cup and in that Australian series, people were calling for his head. Like, why is Rassie there? Why is Rassie still in the setup? And now Rassie is answering those questions and saying, this is why I'm in the setup. And he's taken the game by his throat there, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it for the South Africans.
We're looking at it as individual performances, like we're saying, joint performances. If you look at them as a pairing, and also for both van der Dussen as well as de Kock, second double century stand in the tournament. It's a second pair. If you go back as well, ODI, Sri Lanka's Dilshan as well as Upul Taranga, both of them had those partnership of 200-plus runs in ODI World Cups. And then just as early as a couple of hours ago, South Africa stepping into those history books, writing their own chapters and making sure that they fly the flag. Don't go anywhere. To come back, we continue our conversation. Gift Xaka is my guest. And we'll chat about it later on. We'll chat to St. Gibney, say, hey, what's going on? He's left his club with immediate effect, so we'll touch on that. I think if you're in Spain, Gift, there'll be a different pronunciation of your surname, right?
Yes, very much so.
How would they pronounce it?
They would say Xaka.
Granit Xaka.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live. In 3, 2, 1. On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
Soccer fans, it's time to score the ultimate goal with Hollywood Bets. With a max payout of up to 30 million rand and over 100 soccer markets to bet on. Play online now. T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bet supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counselling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
Welcome to Hex with Mac. Having your first child is a very beautiful thing, but it's also a very hectic thing. Like, for instance, did you know they put literally everything in their mouths? Everything. And you've seen what they do to finger biscuits. That's why you need to make sure your home is cleaned and disinfected with Mac Thick Bleach. It kills all kinds of germs, bacteria, viruses, things of that nature. You're welcome. Mac Shine On.
Don't miss out on best value fiber from MWeb. SA's #1 fiber ISP. Get uncapped 20 megabytes per second fiber for only 299 Rand per month with month-to-month payments, no upfront costs, and get connected in 5 days. Visit mweb.co.za or call 087 700 5000 to find out more. MWeb, better internet, better you. T's and C's apply. Web Connect coverage depending.
Take care of your cat with the new Feline Cuisine specialized diet range, available in joint health, weight management, or hairball control. Put your cat on a Feline Cuisine specialized diet today, because smart pets deserve smart food.
Experience true pleasure and crack into the new Magnum chocolate cookie crumble. Velvety white chocolate coated ice cream sprinkled with cocoa cookie pieces tantalizes your taste buds with a satisfying, crunchy, and magical blend made for when you need to treat yourself. If you're a true pleasure seeker, the new chocolate cookie crumble by Magnum is the answer. Enjoy it for the ultimate indulgence, perfectly coated in Magnum white chocolate. Magnum, true to pleasure.
You can't afford insurance.
So many things can go wrong. What if something happens?
Do what others say you can't with our flexible business insurance. Because with personalized and competitive quotes, flexible premiums, and a dedicated claims team, you can rest assured that the business you've worked so hard for is well protected. Start, manage, and grow your business at standardbank.co.za/rise above the noise. Standard Bank, it can be. Standard Bank is an authorized financial services and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Welcome back home, Mama Joy.
My legs are killing me now, but I said if Marawa called me, even if it can be middle of the night, I will go there.
I
and
appreciate
you
it.
people doesn't know the word Mama Joy, it comes from Marawa in the studio, SABC studio when you are still working there. It was me and Mama Fefe from Kaizer Chiefs. It was a derby.
Yeah.
Then the name sticks.
It's a joy to feel that.
Joy.
So what's next? I mean, do you travel to India now? Do you go and support the Proteas?
Here I am.
When are you ready to go?
Any day, even it can be today.
Why
I can go now from the studio and pack. For me to go to India, it will be another history. It will be 4. And I don't think Host will like that.
Host loves you on Twitter.
#MSW.
Evening, Rob, 10.4 Sloras. The Proteas, I think what happened to the Springboks is rubbing off onto them. They are doing exceptionally well at the Cricket World Cup. I mean, okay, Utemba hasn't batted pretty well, but I think he's been excellent on the field. Many might say he hasn't been great with the bat since the beginning of the World Cup. I mean, he hasn't reached even a half century. But I think with the field, he has been an example with his fielding, with his field placement. I think South Africa have also improved in terms of the fielding. So, yeah, we wish them all the best. And I think soon we'll know who would see semi-final spots and who will they be playing and all. And all the best to them. Great show is always the Rob Sharp.
But thank you so much indeed. Well, says that I don't want to get ahead of myself too much here, but I really think that the Proteas are cooking something special. Imagine if SA won the Cricket and Rugby World Cup in 1 year. How magnificent that would be.
Good evening, Rob. Look, I must say, the Proteas have done well. I'm still asking myself how the Netherlands beat them. I mean, the betting lineup, it's really formidable. It's going to be very interesting, to see them when they take on India is it on Sunday? Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I mean, the Indian bowling attack, it's quite something else, really, really scary stuff. I mean, the way they crushed Sri Lanka today, and it's going to be an interesting match come Sunday.
Yeah, Gift Xaka is my guest. Thank you so much. Did you ask a very important question here, which I'll pose to Gift? He was saying, how did we manage to come unstuck against the Netherlands? Was it all about the toss?
Well, chasing is a big problem. The scoreboard pressure for us, it's a big problem. But let's look at it this way. We lost a game that doesn't affect us that much.
Yeah.
I think it's better to lose early than to lose in the semis or in the final. So, yes, it was a learning step for the South Africans, that it's not easy to chase. You saw when they were chasing against Pakistan. Yes, they won that game, but yeah, it was one of those where we were at the edge of our seats, and it's just the chasing that has been, playing in the mind of the Proteas. But they had to get over that, as quickly as possible, and they've done it well. The next opponent, they humiliated them, and then come against Pakistan. Yes, they went over the line, so that is off our back for now. And I can simply say the Proteas, even if India says to them, "You chase," the Proteas will do well. So. Yeah, you have to lose one to win the World Cup. If India, I'm just feeling afraid or sorry for the Indians that they might lose that final against the Proteas. That's the one game they have to lose in at this World Cup.
I love your honesty. That's why we bring you on here, because just your observations mean so much. And I suppose we've got to thank Tom Lathan in a way about the decision that he made for New Zealand against South Africa.
Good evening, Rob and Gift. What an incredible match that we witnessed yesterday. For me, at some point in time, I felt that we were watching a betting exhibition, because every ball was hit with so much power, accuracy and precision. But I think these guys are maturing with every game. But with David Miller, and I know he started very slow, but the last 10 overs yesterday gave me that assurance that he's now maturing as the tournament progresses. And that's something that we want to see in our players. Thank you so much.
Deboka, thank you so much. Gift, how do you respond?
Well, David is maturing, and I also think the pressure around David is now a bit, relaxed, because he knows that you still have a class in that can clear any boundary. You've got the Marco Jansen, so I think that comforts him in a way that, I can play with freedom. I'm not the only one that's, been looked at in terms of clearing the boundaries and upping the rate. Because if you look at the Proteas of the past, we had, that one player that can do it. I'm talking about your Lance Kluseners in the past, and coming now, it was David Miller. Before Miller's, it was your Mokel that could clear the boundary. So we've had a reputation of just bringing that one person that can change the game. But you look at this Protea lineup, even, Makram can do that before Miller gets to the pitch. It just makes it easy for Miller, and I think the pressure now, it's gone. Then we can really see the real David, batting in the real David that is not under any pressure in that lineup.
Love that, because he went on to smash 4 sixes, 53 off 30 balls. And again, all I'm saying, guys, the numbers at this Cricket World Cup have been astounding. I don't know, and maybe as we get closer and closer, to the glorious final, we'll have more conversations with Gift and find out what is the magic what. But hey, I know somebody that really follows cricket very closely, is a regular contributor on this show.
Robert, greet you, still with a good heart. When I got home, I had a look at the top batsmen, scorers in this Cricket World Cup. Quinny is number 1. Aiden Markram is number 6. And Rassi is also there. I think he's number 8. Everything is in our favor. If we don't win it, I just don't believe it. It is absolutely our year. Thank you. Mooi bly, Ben Richter.
Ben Richter, mooi bly. Thank you so much indeed. It makes a lot of sense, because this is one man who knows his cricket. This is one man who knows and does his research. How do you respond to that voice note?
Well, I agree with that voice note. We need guys to be in the top 10 of the run scorers for us to dominate this World Cup. India is known for their betting friendly tracks. So it would be a worrying factor if we didn't have, 3 or 2 batters in the top 10 in terms of runs. So that's boding well for South Africa, and I think we're gonna get more than 3 in the top 10 with the next games coming.
Just a reminder again, we're talking about the batting and its dominance and the records that have been tumbling. To get an excess of 300 and getting 82 sixes in 7 matches in a Cricket World Cup tournament, this is the most in the history of the Cricket World Cup. Again, smashing, breaking records. Can the momentum, Gift, as we start to wrap up the conversation, Can it be carried through to when it matters, to when the pressure's on, to when the entire world is now watching?
Well, you've mentioned the record of the sixes. England scored, 76 in the last World Cup?
Yeah.
And that has been smashed again with a couple of games to go.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Yeah,
again.
Klassen, Miller, Queenie, I think there's more sixes coming our way. And I think we're the only team to have batted first in 8 or so matches that has got 300 plus. That has never happened. So yes, nothing is stopping the South Africans from doing that, from getting on and scoring 300, 400, because it seems like 350, 400, it's becoming a norm for South Africans. And yeah, the boys, they know what's at stake. Other than the World Cup, we need another holiday from our president.
So where is he going to squeeze it? We've got the 15th. What's he going to give us now?
Maybe early next year.
No, this year. Declared December public holiday from beginning to end.
I don't know. Maybe he can make it the 14th. I don't know. That's our president.
It was the 15th, as I said, was a Friday.
Yeah.
Then you got a reconciliation day on the Saturday. Then you got Sunday. And usually then we match up the Monday to be part of that long weekend. So I think that's what the president owes us.
Yeah, the president owes us a lot. And the boys know they have to do it for the nation. We need our second holiday, please.
No, we do. We need our rest. Yeah. We need our break. Otherwise, I'm sure the president knows that we'll bowl him over. Elections next year. But nonetheless, though, Gift, like a cricket analyst, I thank you so much. Let this not be the last conversation. I hope we chat further into the tournament, post the tournament, and hey, who knows? For the first time in our living memories and lives, we'll be able to boast that here in studio, be able to show that and showcase it to South Africans. 2003, still for me, is such a sore place. It's such a sore place. But also, let's not forget, and let's also not forget to give another South African credit. Watching her, Kaz Naidoo, at the Cricket World Cup on the world feed is so much for us to boast about. As I was saying, South Africa, individuals or collectively, are doing so well. Nonchinga is going to be fighting as well. He's doing so well to defend what he won in Mexico. We'll give you more information about this. There's a lot, but it's positive. And that's what I like, is about the power of sports, the power of individuals like Gift Xaka, who can come through and chat all things cricket in the manner that he does. Gift, I really appreciate you, Baba. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work, and let's chat again soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Oh dear. What a way to finish the over if you're dressed in green.
Greet you with a good heart. You know, the people are talking about South Africa and India in the final, but they're wrong. It's going to be us and Australia.
Well, it takes him to 50. Quinton de Kock, who's in sublime form.
And I'll tell you, since Ricky Ponting talked to them, they are angry. Australia is going to win India in the semi-final. And we are going to win New Zealand again in the semi-final, because they will never get over what happened today.
Goes big. He gets 6. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
Also, on what used to be Twitter on X, we're seeing Wandile Mtana also posting there, says both Bavuma as well as Ukolisi have shown great leadership on and off the field. To be the leader, you need talent and something very special to drive their companions to glory. And it could be an unbreakable spirit, unyielding commitment, or the ability to lead by example. Can't disagree with that sentiment as well. Do send us your WhatsApp voice notes. We'll be taking those through. Well, a quick switch now. As I said, lots of news. Man, Formula One would have been one of them. Mamelodi Sundowns also deserving our congratulations, because they kind of fly the South African flag. They threw to the final of the AFL. That's going to be clashing, I believe, that final with the Soweto Derby. So I don't know which one you're going to go and watch. But also another day, another resignation. Marumo Gallants Chief Executive Officer Sinkimnisi is said to have resigned after just being appointed as the club's new CEO 2 months ago. So the former Royal AM CEO looked to bring this particular team back to the Elite League after they got relegated last season. But now it looks like he has stepped down as the club CEO, following his resignation as well to the club, according to an informer. There's so many things that we can chat to him about. But let's welcome him on the line. Sinki Mnisi, former CEO of Marumo Gallants. Thank you for joining us, Sinki. As you take us to a break, welcome to it. Obviously, confirmation of the news that you have resigned.
Rob, I wouldn't like to say I've resigned, and I'd just like to say that I'm home. Let's wait for the team to release a statement, but I'm home. That I can confirm. I'm home, and let the team release a statement. I did get certain notification, but let's wait for the team to release a statement.
So if you're home on a working day, which is not a public holiday, where you should be, that sounds like a familiar conversation, Sinki. You have left that club, I know, and you're at home because you're no longer part and parcel of the club. What's led to the decision?
Look, Rob, like I'm saying, firstly, let's wait for the team to make an official statement and make a release a statement. I wouldn't like to dwell much on that. Safe to say that, Rob, I'm home as and when I'm ready, Rob, to give my part. I'll be in a position to tell you exactly why I'm home. Secondly, the only thing that I can bring forward, Rob, not only this is one platform, your area where you are, where I normally talk my heart out. Rob, in football, this is just what I want to place on record. In football, the kings in any team, when I talk about a soccer team, the kings in a soccer team are the players. Those are the kings. Then the coaches, then the rest of us. By that I mean, if you are in a soccer team, the most important component of a soccer team, or that makes a soccer team, are the players. They are the kingmakers, as far as I'm concerned. That's my philosophy. Then comes the coaches, and those are the people that I need to make sure that they are in a good space. That's me thinking, yeah. But I don't know how other people look into it.
Do you find that players are being disrespected?
Not really, Rob. I think let's wait for the team to release their statement. But me, and then I can be in a position to dwell much into this particular area. But for now, I can confirm, Rob, to you, I am at home, resting with my family, and I'm enjoying to watch my family, and let's have a little bit of good time.
The 2 months that you had at Marumo Gallants, how would you describe that? I mean, how would you describe those 2 months? And I'll take your answer to that after the break. So I'll put you back on hold. I'll find out from a man who is resting, who is currently at home. He's a CEO of Marumo Gallants, as he says.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live. In 3, 2, 1. On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
The official Black Friday combination from Kane. Rest assured, we have the Mainstays Hollow Fiber 4-pack pillows, 400 Rand. Bringing the sparks is the Ryobi welder and grinder kit for 999. Sitting pretty is the Campmaster Classic 200 chair for 189 Rand. And running in, we have the Trojan TR 105 treadmill for 499. Don't miss these unbeatable deals in store and online. There's only one Black Friday, and it's at Kane. Deals valid 1 to 7 November. T's and C's apply.
Big moves bring the biggest rewards. And now it's time to make yours with the BMW Big Bonus.
Running up a check, that's a big flex.
Receive up to 75,000 Rand off a selected new or approved used BMW when you purchase yours before 4 November. It's like the 13th check you've always dreamed of. To drive out and cash in, speak to your preferred BMW retailer today or visit bmw.co.za/big bonus. T's and C's apply.
Ayanda, new bag, just like mine.
Mine is nicer, yes.
Same color nje.
Mine is brighter.
Did you same?
Aye, it's not. I got mine with my cashback from Absa Rewards. My bank does that. Things are always brighter with rewards.
If you got up to 30% real cash back with Absa Rewards, you'd also be proud of it. Join at absa.co.za. Absa is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
You've been waiting and waiting, holding onto your old device, holding out for a smartphone that can do a whole lot more. Finally, here's a powerful phone that also packs an epic camera, slick design, and a seamless ecosystem. The new Galaxy S23 FE lets you join the Galaxy S family and enjoy the amazing benefits. So one final question, are you ready? The new Galaxy S23 FE. Epic starts here. Buy yours now.
Hola to Brazil, your gateway to South American business hubs. Your business just got better and faster with SAA. Spend your time making profits, not missing connections. Skip the layovers, fly directly to Sao Paulo with SAA, and land your deals faster. Welcome to Sao Paulo, the thriving economic powerhouse. Book now at flysaa.com or contact your nearest travel agent. The ones who know, fly SAA to Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Bring out the star in you with Lotto Star's exclusive Real Rush Privé games. Spin the reels now to turn your R into woohoo with Mystic Fortune Deluxe Privé, Golden Unicorn Deluxe Privé, Hot Fruit Privé, Tyco Beats Privé, and many more. You could win payouts of up to 20 million rand on our Real Rush games instantly. Lotto Star, your world of live games.
Lotto Stars, licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Let's have a quick chat now with Cape Town Spurs, a media officer who joins us live. That is Shoes Mekuto. Shoes, thank you so much for your time. Have they identified, though, Shoes, when it comes to what possibly could be the problem, and are they working on that problem?
If you're not winning, it's always a number of problems that can never be won. There are many areas that we have to look at. I think that first and foremost, we need to start keeping the players believing in themselves, because that's the material we have for now.
There was a newspaper article where someone quoted and said, it's a warm-up game for Pirates against Spurs. The coach put that in the change room and he said, is this what you want people to think of us? The boys were a bit riled up and took that as if okay, we need to show that we belong in this league.
We will make a recovery, but obviously top 8 is too much to ask at the moment.
#MSW. #MSW.
Good evening, Rob. It's the Boko here. Rob, do you perhaps know if there was ever a discussion in the PSL to consider a scenario where Mamelodi Sundowns will get into a final and their match will clash with Soweto Derby? Because I believe the Moroccan Premier League was put on hold to allow Wydad to concentrate on the AFL, and so is the Egyptian League matches were adjusted for Al Ahly so that they don't have any clashes. But here at home, it seems like we've got conflicting views when it comes to football and prioritization of matches. But lastly, Rob, I think credit to Sundowns and the shift that they pulled yesterday, and Aubrey Mudiba, his new role in the team. It's something amazing. And for me, Rob, we saw a Sundowns that made it difficult for Al Ahly to play their normal game, because normally you'll have the Mohamed Abdel Munaim breaking into the middle field to create possibilities for Al Ahly, but Sundowns had a lot of players blocking him, and Mudiba was one of those instrumental players. But I think credit to them. Thank you so much, Debohoya.
Debohoya, thank you so much indeed. Yeah, well done. As we said to Mamelodi Sundowns, it's a brand new tournament. It's packed into a month if you have to calculate it, but it's about the rewards. I mean, if you're going to be earning over 75 million rand in SA currency if you win the tournament itself, and you get about 56 million rand if you come second, like Debohoya says, Wydad putting their league on handbrake to say, let's give you a chance to do better. Let's give you a chance to progress and possibly to win this inaugural event under the auspices of CAF. And says here there's mixed signals at home. Well, I hope that there aren't going to be mixed signals moving forward, that a decision is going to be taken the 11th of November. We're not talking about something that's far away. You're already in November. So what will happen? So if I take you back, remember there was a Board of Governors meeting that was held at Summer Place in person. Yeah, but these haven't been happening too often. But yeah, they all came out. And the one item on the agenda was about Sundowns. They were asked to recuse themselves from that meeting. It had to do with them. And yeah, it was negative. They didn't want them to participate because of another, clashing tournament that happens domestically. But I can only imagine what happened behind closed doors because all of that changed. And there was Sundowns playing, knocked out of a cup competition, but they continued on what they know, participation on the continent. And this is a big one. But let's hear what you got to say. Sinkimnis is still on hold. We'll catch up to him in a second.
Simaro, good evening. Simpiwe X here from Tebisa. Even if there was a free transport to go and watch Sundowns play with that in the final on their second leg, I wouldn't go this. At the moment, there's this courtesy of just wearing a yellow T-shirt or a Sundowns T-shirt. I wouldn't go this. All roads will be leading to Soweto on the 11th to watch the Soweto Derby. Nothing is bigger than the Soweto Derby, Samarawa. Whether they're playing an African Football League final with 75 million rands involved, who cares, Samarawa? Who cares? We don't care about that. We care about the Soweto Derby. Nothing is bigger than the Soweto Derby. As for Coach Rivero, I begin to lose hope with the coach, Samarawa, to be honest with you. If teams like Golden Arrows, Polokwane City can dish out those performances with these limited resources, why not Pirates? Thank you, sir.
But thank you so much indeed for your comments. I dare say that I think the dog that's barking in the background is probably disagreeing with you. The dog is barking so loudly, the dog knows that what you're saying, the dog disagrees with. I hear you about the Soweto Derby. Obviously, if you're going to be comparing years and years of a Soweto Derby that's seen Chiefs and Pirates play each other gazillion times, and historically it's still a very powerful showpiece in football on the continent and the world. You can't argue with that. But, we also shouldn't categorically say on behalf of everybody that is the one thing you want to watch. When you looked at the stadium in Egypt yesterday, it was packed, as Al-Ahly always do, jam-packed. They were there to support, and that is why you got to praise Sundowns. In the midst of all of that, man down, whatever it is, they were there, resilient to fight all the way through. So do we resist change all the time? Are we going to come to the party and say, okay, maybe one plays, Sundowns usually plays the day after the Soweto Derby. So are we going to get to a point where maybe we are able to find middle ground somewhere so that both get the attention that they both deserve? I don't know. You tell me. But like I say, we'll get to Sinkimnisi. We've just lost him there for a second, but we'll get him back on the line. Just to conclude our conversation about him, former Marumo Gallants CEO says he is at home at the moment. Pressed to find out, he says, no, let's wait for the club to release a statement. But you and I know, if you're working and you're a CEO and you're at home on a Thursday, let me bring Sinki Mnisi back into the conversation. Thanks for your patience. I lost you there for a second, Sinki. But just to come back, I was saying that in the 2 months that you've been at Marumo Gallants, how would you describe your stay there?
Well, Rob, one thing that I've always managed correctly. Firstly, you need to understand that in football, there's nobody who's bigger than the game of football. That I've always understood. Secondly, Rob, you learn every day in football. Every day. Whether young and old, you always learn new things in football. So as a matter of fact, I think it has been a journey where a person is always learning and always prepared to learn from other people and impart with the knowledge that you've got. But you must understand, Rob, in any given situation, the environment should be conducive enough for everybody to be able to do what you're supposed to do. In a nutshell, I'd say, I don't know whether I should say it's a journey that is worth was worth taking, or whether I should say it was from the fire into the from the frying pan into the fire. Whether I should say no, it was a very good journey. But I think at a later stage, I'll be in a position to clear the air when that time arrives after the chairperson has given has given a clear indication as to an official statement as to what.
Are you believing, though, thinking that Marumo Gallants will issue a statement? Have they promised that they would?
Look, it's not about promising, Rob. I think I joined Marumo Gallants. We sat in the office. We had a meeting. We signed contracts. So obviously, I'm still waiting. I will wait for them to call me to the office. Then, so that then we can clear everything that is supposed to be cleared, Rob. And I think an official statement must be made by the team.
What if they don't? What if they say you've absconded? You should be at work and you're at home.
No, Rob. I think I've got enough proof that I should be home at the moment. So if that arises, I'll be able to deal with it during that. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But for now, Rob, I'm prepared to confirm that I am at home. And I'm okay where I'm in. I'm in a good space.
Maybe a different twist to the question. Same question. Are you ever going to go back to Marumo Gallants?
Rob, no comment at the moment. But that's a tricky one, Rob. I don't think I'd like to comment on that. Safe to say that for now, I'll wait for the team to release, to actually make sure that they make an official statement. And probably once I've met the chairman, if that arises, then we'll deal with the whole thing.
When last did you speak to the chairman?
I think it was on a Thursday, if not a Wednesday.
Last week?
Yes.
It's Thursday today.
Correct.
It's almost a week. It's a week if it was either Wednesday or Thursday. So what I'm seeing with Marumo Gallants and all that they are prepared to put out a public statement of is they are very happy. They are congratulating themselves because they're celebrating the Club of the Year nomination at this year's CAF Awards. They are happy. That's what they are celebrating right now. Nothing about the man at the top, the CEO, leaving the club.
Yeah, Rob, I think that's. I'm also congratulating them. I think they've represented South Africa very well. Quite happy. Anything that has got to do with anybody in South Africa representing the country outside, or in Africa, or even around the world, we were very much appreciative of that particular achievement. Having said that, Rob, I'm very much prepared to come back to you.
Yeah.
Once the dust has settled, to be able to I'm one person who doesn't like to hang, whether it's dirty linen or whatever. You will understand where I'm coming from. I'm one person who's like that. Pains or no pains, I'm prepared not to be able to do a lot of to make any harm to anybody. However, I'm saying at the moment, myself also, I'll apply my mind. Like you're asking me whether I'll be prepared to go back or not go back to Marumo. I don't know. But at the moment, I'm not saying I'm gone or not gone. But I'm saying to Europe, I'm at home. Whether I will move from home back to the Marumo stable or not, it's subject for another day, or discussion for another day, if I were to put it.
Okay, let's put the handbrake on that one quickly. There's a question that's come through for you.
Evening, Mr. Marawa. Evening to the MSW listeners, and evening to Mr. Sinkim Nisi. Mr. Marawa, from what I'm hearing, it seems like there was an interference from management to the players and to his job, what he was appointed to do. My question is, why doesn't he start his own club and start his own institution where he runs the team the way he knows how to run the team, where the players get their respect, the coaches get their respect, and him as an administrator gets his respect. So my question basically is, why doesn't he start his own team? Because he has the power and he has the knowledge of starting a football team. Thank you, Mr. Marawa.
Thank you so much indeed. Mr. Sinkimnisi, 30 seconds. How do you answer that?
Very simple, Rob. Each and every person, God gives him a particular talent and for a particular reason. We cannot all be club owners. That's for sure. I might be good in administration, but maybe I might not be good as a team owner. I'm not saying I'm like that. The bottom line is that each and every person in a team, in a soccer team, Rob, there are different portfolios or different positions, and there's a reason for that. If I'm supposed to be a team manager, I'll be team manager. If I'm supposed to be a kit manager, I'll be kit manager. That's why there are portfolios. And each and every person must deal with that particular position. Then once you have got all those, they come together, then you'll have a successful environment, a successful team.
Tell me, just in a quick yes or no, Sinky, I gotta go, time is against me. Have you come to a club where something as normal, in inverted commas, as meals being supplied to players or to a team is the responsibility of a club? And then you get to a club and then you find a situation where players have now to pay for their own meals. Have you ever come across that?
Sure, a very difficult one, Rob. I think I've worked at Classic. I've been a shareholder there. I've been at.
We know the history, Sinky. Let me push you for an answer. Have you ever come across that?
Yes.
Okay, let's leave it there.
I have come across that.
Let's leave it there. Until I chat to you next time when the statement is out. I appreciate you, Bob.
Thank you very much, Rob.
Yeah, ne? Buy your own meals.
Good evening, Rob, to you and the MSW listeners. 100% Rob. I think the gentleman that just spoke now, not only is his dog disagreeing with him, a whole thousands and thousands of Mamelodi supporters as well as neutrals. I can almost bet anything that neutrals would rather watch Mamelodi Sundowns than watch a washed out Soweto Derby. Soweto Derby is finished, my brother. It's washed out. If you want to watch a masterclass, just watch Mamelodi Sundowns and appreciate. They're playing beautiful football, and you don't have to be a fan to appreciate. Just appreciate.
Masterclass.
Hi, Rob. Greetings to you and everyone. This is Joel from Wattville in Benoni. Yeah, on the day when it is being said that the Soweto Derby will be taking place and also Mamelodi Sundowns, they're going to be playing. You know what? Me, I'm going to be watching the game of Sundowns because generally these days the Soweto Derby has lost its taste. It's just a matter of that the stadium is full of, but then the entertainment is not there, the goals are not there. In most cases, the game is going to end maybe 1-0, 0-0 or even 1-1. So yeah, to me, I'm going to go for the game of Sundowns. That's it. Thank you. Sharp.
All right, thank you so much indeed. Sundowns getting the favor.
Sundowns anabafana yethu yabo sikhohle lezi impuphu zaseSoweto hayi kabi ya sesiyazi umlando abadamani nalo mlando yini lengaka abake siprovide ngani noma yini yabo kuyimanje for the last 5 years yini lengaka siphethe khona desibenza yabo kunalokho Sundowns benzana hayi bamarawo abone nje PSN ngempela.
Yeah, on that note, we'll catch you again tomorrow being a Friday. Good luck. And to all of those who are just at home, not going to work.
Marawa Sports Worldwide. This is 947. Music live. #MSW.